Monday, the 24th of July. Corfu has become the latest Greek island to issue an evacuation order after wildfires broke out late last night in soaring temperatures.
And so far, 19,000 people have been displaced on the other island of Rhodes as firefighters there try to contain 3 separate fires. The first repatriation flights to rescue stranded British tourists arrive on the island today. Our reporter Louisa Pilbeam has the latest for us.
Fires have made Rhodes a holiday hell, flames turning skies red overnight. British holidaymakers are among those fleeing for their lives.
It literally felt like we were in some sort of apocalypse film because the sky behind the hotel was lit up bright orange and red. The hotel was abandoned. There was just things, you know, sort of people who'd been by the pool. Stuff has been totally abandoned by the pool. Suitcases abandoned in the lobby, on the beach.
There wasn't enough coaches to move 800 people, but the fire was coming, the smoke was coming. So we all set off on foot. I walked 12 miles in this heat yesterday. It took me 4 hours, along with 700 or 800 other people. We were told to go to the beach because there'll be boats coming. This happened 4 times, and then they moved us off the beach. Carry on walking, keep moving away.
Many took to the roads, either evacuated by coaches or hire cars. 16,000 have left by land, 3,000 by sea. It is the biggest evacuation from wildfires Greece has ever seen. At Rhodes Airport, huge queues as people wait days to be flown out with little food and drink.
No clue what's going on. There's been absolutely no communication. All we've heard of flights to take us out are from the news.
Jet2 and TUI have cancelled flights to Rhodes, but airlines are flying British nationals out, with 2 repatriation flights organised by EasyJet leaving today. The Greek tourism minister called for perspective and said the island's fire service was in control.
We remain very vigilant. Our very brave firemen are working around the clock to ensure that the fire doesn't get out of reach. As I said, currently it's 10% of the island in Rhodes that has been affected.
The Foreign Office has sent a rapid deployment team of 5 and 4 British Red Cross responders to Rhodes to help authorities with bringing British tourists back home. But now Corfu, another popular holiday island, is on fire. A blaze broke out in the northern part of the island, which is popular with British tourists, and an evacuation order has been issued. With the Greek Fire Brigade now forecasting fires will break out on other islands, including Crete, the nightmare on the holiday islands rages on. Louisa Pilbeam, BBC News.
Well, passengers began arriving back into the UK from Rhodes overnight on scheduled flights, and our reporter Simon Hare was at East Midlands Airport to hear about some of their experiences.
Here at East Midlands Airport in Leicestershire, we've seen scheduled flights returning from Rhodes overnight, and many relieved holidaymakers and their relatives here in the arrivals lounge. We've heard stories of evacuation, of power cuts at hotels, holidays cut short, and lots of smoke from those wildfires in Rhodes.
Close up, it looked like hell on earth, to be honest. And, you know, there's a lot of fire. But I just hope everybody's okay.
We heard multiple sirens this morning. All the power went off, so we were panicked.
You saw everyone coming out on their balconies trying to see what's going on. No one was telling us anything. I think when we went to some of the actual hotel staff knew that there was fires and stuff, but I don't think anyone realised how bad it was when you're not in the centre of it. Yeah.
We got to the airport at 1 a.m. and then our flight was at 9 o'clock at night. So yeah.
You had to wait 16 hours for your flight home.
And it was either that or get on a coach to anywhere. So.
Well, many flights and holidays to Rhodes have been cancelled, but flights to repatriate stranded holidaymakers still going ahead. And later today, EasyJet putting on an extra 2 flights as well. And if you've got a holiday or a flight to Rhodes booked in the near future, the advice is to contact your travel operator or hotel. Simon Hare, BBC News, East Midlands Airport.
Well, our correspondent Jenny Hill is in Rhodes for us this morning. Morning to you, Jenny. What is the situation there where you are?
Well, it looks idyllic, doesn't it? But, you know, for so many people, the last few days have been a real nightmare. 19,000 people, locals and tourists, had to flee homes and hotels over the weekend. And those fires are still burning. You can see how windy it is. That's been the case over the last day or so. The wind is forecast to strengthen today, and that, of course, makes the job of the firefighters who are still trying to bring that fire under control so much more difficult and, of course, so much more dangerous. They've reported overnight that there were large flare-ups on the three main fronts of that fire. At the same time, of course, we've heard about fires breaking out in Corfu and also on the island of Evia, which just last year suffered what are reckoned to be the worst wildfires in this country's history. So people on both of those islands, of course, extremely nervous about what might come over the coming hours and days. It's very hot here. Some settlements on both Corfu and Evia have had to be evacuated already. It's not yet clear whether those fires are likely to spread further. We're a long way away, in particular from Corfu here, so the forecast in terms of wind may be different, but you know what you can be certain of is the fact that another heat wave is predicted to hit this region in the coming days. That is not going to help at all. And I suppose, you know, when you talk to people here, people of course are immediately concerned with what's happening right now. Some places don't have running water. There have been power outages overnight because a power station near the fire had to be shut down. But of course, all of this is really focusing minds, not only here in the region, but actually I think across the world right now, on our changing climate and the potential effects it could have, the impact it could have on regions like this, and of course here on the all-important tourism industry.
Jenny, thanks very much.